Hey everyone, it's me Alex and welcome to a brand new video. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to play photos or videos, but in this video I'm going to be showing you photos here on a USB stick for your Samsung Smart Signage display using MagicInfo. So this is the Samsung DC32E, which comes equipped with MagicInfo Lite. So this video is a step-by-step guide for beginners on how to do this. So this will work with any Samsung Smart Signage display that comes equipped with MagicInfo. So this is the base model. So this just only has MagicInfo Lite, but still has a lot of features for your business. So you can have your menus playing, videos, slideshows, and stuff like that here on your display. But before we get started, hi, it's anyone new here. My name is Alex Torres. I do helpful technology videos, so make sure that subscribe button is trying to help my channel grow. Thank you. So let's get started with the video. So the things you'll need for this video is your Samsung Smart Signage remote and your USB flash drive. I actually already have some videos made for how to turn any TV into a digital menu board. Those are consumer TVs, so you could also do that with normal TVs. So consumers, you can buy TVs you can buy at Target, Walmart, or stuff like that. But this video is based for those of you who have MagicInfo on Smart Signage displays. But if you need help on how to create your digital menu board online on Canva, make sure to check out that video that I'll be pasting on the top right now. That video is actually where I got these videos that I'll be projecting here on this display, and they're still here in my USB flash drive. In that video, I show you how to pass over everything here to your USB flash drive and how to create them and how to create them there on Canva. So make sure to check out that video on the iCard on the top right, because this video will actually be using a lot of whatever I created on that video for here. So this will be just how to play it here on your device. So the first thing you'll want to do is turn on your display, which I already have, and then we're going to get our USB flash drive and we're going to go ahead and open it. So this one has a cover. Let's go ahead and open it up. And we're going to go ahead and plug this into the back of the TV. Let me go ahead and take you there. Something nice about commercial displays is they have a lot of connection types. There are AV, there is USB, the one we're going to use, DVI, HDMI, and a lot of connections right here. So we have a lot of connections to connect, but the one we're going to use is USB. So let me go ahead and plug that in right now. And there we go, I went ahead and plugged it in and the light is flashing, meaning that it is being read by the display. And the USB flash drives only go in one way, so make sure to not force it if it's not going in. And once you plug in the USB flash drive, it usually already opens up automatically MagicInfo, but if it doesn't, let's go back to the normal screen we were on right now. Let's just say it doesn't open it up for you automatically. All you want to do is click on the home button on your Samsung Smart Signage remote. Do not click MagicInfo Player, because if we click on that, it's going to take you to the source MagicInfo. So if you're going to be using the DVI connection to connect this to a server. So we're not going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and select on the home button. And once you select home, you're going to see this screen. So these are the pictures that I said I'll be referring to the video I just created, that I said how to turn any TV into a digital menu board. So make sure to check out that video. It will also be linked down in the comments and description. So for example, you have a food shop. Let's say we sell food at our business. So I have food related items here. So usually they should be in horizontal, or you could also do vertical. Like I said, check out that video. So we're going to click on it to preview. So we would navigate here. And then there we go. There is our picture. We could just leave this display on here for our business and it'll just show that. For example, I have two menus. Let's say we want to project this one as well. We can set this up into a slideshow mode, which this is really cool on Samsung Smart Signage displays. We can navigate up to options. And I did say this is a step-by-step video. So to navigate up there, all I'm using for this video, for the buttons, all I'm using is for home. And this is right, left, up, down, and select. So this is the one I'm selecting. We're going to press on play selected. We're going to choose those images. So it says items 2, and we're going to click on play. And there we go. So now the screen is going to cycle through both images. And just like that, it's going to cycle through those images. You could also have a video and it'll just loop on that video. So right now we are just playing the files off the USB flash drive. So as you can see, it says USB. We can see the little symbol. Let's just say you have a lot of Samsung Smart Signage displays and you want to pass different images that you have stored on your USB flash drive to other displays. You can send those images or videos built into the TV. So you could remove the flash drive, because right now, let's say we were to get out of or turn off the TV. So let's just say right now we were to turn off the TV. Let's just go back to the home screen. you still need to have the USB flash drive in there to go back to MagicInfo. So we go back to home. So when we go back to home, again, you do need to have the USB flash drive in there. So if you want to send them over to the TV's memory, we can click on send, select them like that, and press on send. Oops, send. And it's going to ask you, it's going to send 876.4 kilobytes to the internal memory. So again, the display does have limited memory. It's not like 5 terabytes that you can send stuff to the display. There's only 197.84 megabytes available, so you are limited in space. When you try to send them over and you don't have enough space, I recommend you just keep it in the USB flash drive and press on start. As you can see, successfully sent. Okay. So then from here, I'm going to go ahead and remove the USB flash drive. There we go. USB device disconnected. So now this helps clear up our screen as well, because now we only see the pictures we sent over to the display. Just like that, there's only those 2 images. So let's go back to options, play selected, select all, play. And there we go, the pictures are going to start looping, or maybe you don't even have a slideshow, you just want to show one picture, which is perfectly fine. You would just click on, we're gonna click on cancel and just pick that one image. So let's just say that image, and it's just gonna be stuck on that image, which is great. So if you do have a slideshow, I did not mention this with the USB plugged in, but it'll also work. We can go down to settings right here where it's on options. Let's say, of course, it was moving kind of fast. Let's say we want it a little bit slow because then customers won't be able to see the menu. We're gonna go ahead and click on display duration. And this is minutes and this is seconds. So let's just go ahead, just also to not make this long, let's go ahead and say 13 seconds. So now when we do slideshow mode, play selected, select all. Now it's going to show each image for 13 seconds. And if you have videos, it'll show the full video and then pictures 13 seconds. So as you can see, it's not changing as fast anymore, which is great. There we go, the screen just changed. So another feature which is really great here on Samsung Smart Signage displays is the on-off automatic timer. So this is important. The first thing you need to make sure is that before we even get onto MagicInfo, set the time. I'm already on MagicInfo, which means perfect. The time was set on my display. Usually when you don't have it set and you click on home, it's going to let you know you don't have the time set. You can't use MagicInfo. All you do is click on menu, system, time, clock, and clock set. If you have it connected to the network via Ethernet, it usually does set it automatically already. But if you don't, because I don't have it set up with network, I have it on manual, I need to click on clock set. And make sure these are correct, especially the time and date as well, because I'm going to be showing you this cool function that you can use for your business. So once you're here on settings, we want to click on timer. On timer. Setup. So the screen could automatically turn on and off to your schedule. So for example, your business opens at 8 a.m. and closes at 5 p.m. We can have the display automatically turn on and start this loop without us having to reach our remote, turn on the display, and pick our images and stuff like that. So we're going to click on setup, and we're going to do every day. When you do every day, it's going to check Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, of course, all the days of the week. Or if you just want Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday, or if you just want to do manual, you can go on here and pick your day. So for example, on Monday, Friday, Thursday, those days we open at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. and you choose your time. So I am actually going to just pick Saturday because today is Saturday. So to not have this schedule repeat every day, we're going to set on time. Make sure you have the time correct. So it's 12:50. Actually, let's go ahead and set this right here, 52 p.m. because I'm going to set the off timer first. So let's go ahead and actually p.m. So this is going to be the time the display turns on. So right now we have volume because the display has a built-in speaker. I don't have any videos. So if you have a business and you have videos playing on your display, you don't want audio usually playing, of course, on your display, you can turn this down to 0, or I'm just going to keep it on 20 because I don't need the speaker right now. Source, this is the important one. Make sure we click on source and search for MagicInfo Lite. Again, not MagicInfo because MagicInfo is the DVI connection. And we don't have anything connected to DVI, so it's just going to be a no signal screen. So MagicInfo Lite, 12:55 p.m. and volume 20. Perfect. Close. It is set to turn on every Saturday at 12:55. So right now it is 12:51. So we're going to go ahead and set our off timer right now to show you how this works. So now we're going to set off timer. So as you can see, I set on the on timer for Saturdays at 12:55. So you can go down to another on timer and set, let's say, Sundays at 5 p.m. Or maybe we don't even open Sundays. We can just have it off on Sundays. So that's how that works. So let's go ahead and set our off timer. The screen looks exactly the same. Setup, I'm just going to go ahead and do manual because today is Saturday. And let's go ahead and have it turn off at, it is 12:51. So let's go ahead and have it turn off at 12:52, actually 53 because it's going to change right now, and PM. Of course, the only difference is that you don't see the buttons to set the source and volume because the display is going to turn off. So close, it is set to turn off automatically at 12:53 p.m. And just like that, it saves it. So you don't have to do anything else. It is 12:52, so it's gonna turn off in 1 minute. And you could also set another off timer. Again, like I said, for Mondays, you close at 11 p.m. You can do that. So then from here, we can just close all the settings. Oops. And just leave the remote down. So I'm gonna go ahead and set our remote down. And you're gonna watch the display turn off automatically. I'm not gonna cut anything here in the video so you can see when it actually turns off and comes back on a minute later. So for example, this is a scenario you were at your business right now, the display and slideshow is running. We would leave this on. And in about 15 seconds, it'll go ahead and, actually 10 seconds, is going to go ahead and shut off. And just like that, the display turned off automatically and the remote was right here, not in my hands, it was just sitting over here. It just turned off automatically. And so right now in 1 minute, the display will automatically turn on again and start showing our slideshow loop again for our business. So again, I'm going to cut a little bit right now for this black screen just to show you, just so the video is not that long, but then I'll show you right now when it's ready to turn on. So it is 12:54. In 1 minute, the display will come back on automatically. So any minute right now, the display will come on. Again, I am not holding the remote. You can see in the reflections, I am not holding the remote. And the display will automatically turn back on and show our MagicInfo slideshow. Or if you did not have a slideshow, it will automatically start showing your one picture you have for the day or for your business. And you'll see right now the light on the bottom right will start flashing, showing that it's coming on, just like that. It is turning on without me touching the remote. And it might show a no signal screen. That is normal for a few seconds. And then it'll automatically start showing, there we go, loading. And then there we go. So you would be back in your slideshow or your videos that you're showing. And right there, all without us touching the remote and without actually having the USB flash drive in there by using the on and off, the internal memory. So this on and off timer was also included. You could also use that with the USB flash drive if you don't want to pass anything to the internal memory. The only thing to note is that don't remove the USB flash drive anymore from the display, only when it's on, because it is using it to show pictures. And if you remove it, it'll just turn off and say no device found. Oh, and also when it's off, also try not to, you would actually have to remove it and then start the slideshow again, because it is already loaded on that file, on the USB flash drive. And if you remove it when it's off and then comes back on automatically the next day, it's not going to memorize or recognize those files anymore. So make sure you actually go back in there, select all the pictures or videos you want to show again, and press on start. And this schedule will automatically start again. So that's pretty much it. That's how to get started with MagicInfo Lite for beginners. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try my very best to help you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time in my next video. Bye.